Good morning. Look, I come across this story a bit earlier on my Yahoo newsfeed, titled US rapper will.i.am accuses Qantas flight attendant of racism. So I thought, okay, well, if he's involved and Qantas is involved and you've got the racism word in your title, I thought it's probably bullshit. So I jumped on YouTube quickly and just had a quick look. And this is the first story I come across.
Rapper and songwriter will.i.am has accused a Qantas flight attendant of racism after a tense incident on a flight from Brisbane to Sydney today, which resulted in the Australian Federal Police being called. The 44-year-old member of the Black Eyed Peas claims the attendant was aggressive towards him and other people of colour whilst on board. will.i.am...
Yeah, okay, so as you just heard there, supposedly the flight attendant was aggressive towards him and other people of colour on board the flight. So, yeah, I mean, we'll just have a quick look here and see what he's got to say. So it says, Black Eyed Peas star will.i.am has accused a Qantas flight attendant of racism after a tense incident on a flight from Brisbane to Sydney today. The rapper and songwriter tweeted while he was still on the plane, telling his 12.8 million followers he had been mistreated by an overly aggressive flight attendant. He said, I don't want to believe she is racist, but she has clearly aimed all her frustrations only at the people of colour. So, I mean, there you go. Straight away, you should be able to tell that this is a bullshit story. He's just a Masonic puppet here to stir up racial tensions. I mean, you know, these people are flight attendants, are generally well trained, you know, generally very professional, and they're not going to get on a flight and single out people of colour. So, of course, he's jumped on Twitter, because that's what all the puppets do. They jump on Twitter. Yeah, so this is someone else who was supposedly on the flight with him, who goes by the name of Kate Selway, who says, I was on the same flight and couldn't believe the appalling behaviour of the flight attendant. My apologies on behalf of Australia. So I thought, okay, well, if she really was on that flight, she'd be one of them. So I thought, you know, we'll just type her a name into the Gematrinator calculator and see what we come up with. And what do you know? 32 and 58. And you might be thinking, okay, so obviously there's no surprises there with your 32. And I'll just show you where you get your 58 there. So I'd say Mrs. Selway is one of them. Now, apparently he was intimidated by 5 police officers when he landed. Now, I doubt that very much. If he was, it was a show, a scripted show for the public. And I mean, you know, you've got a few people here who've got on and had a bit of they've gone back and forth. You've got another one of his mates who was supposedly on the plane, who said, not only you, there are so many victims, including me, on the same flight. Yeah, I mean, I doubt that. So we'll just have a quick look at his name, and you get your 32 again, and your 113, which is your hoax code. Yeah, so I think it's pretty safe to say that this is nothing but a load of garbage. So he goes on to say, I am posting so that this doesn't happen again. It shouldn't happen to Aboriginal, Latino, African, LGBTQ Q, white, red, or anyone. Everyone deserves to be treated with respect, he said. Well, yeah, you know, that's true what he's stated, but these garbage stories shouldn't be put out to the public in order to stir up racial tensions either. I mean, he goes on to say everyone deserves to be treated with respect, yet he shows none of his fans or followers or the general public any respect by going along with these garbage stories. Yeah, so I mean, let's jump on his Facebook here just quickly. Let's just have a look and see if he's posted anything up about it. Doesn't appear to have done so. I think they stick to Twitter when they're trying to pass off their bullshit stories. All right, that's it for this one.